Hey, what's going on guys? Eric here from Erica Miles, and recently I got a question on Instagram if I could do a video on my Sony A7 settings for filmmaking, and I just shot a wedding the other day, 2 days ago, so I figured, you know what, right now is a good time, so let's get right into my settings. So here is my Sony, and these are my settings. So I always shoot in the video mode if I'm doing weddings, but if I'm doing vlogging stuff, I go to manual, and so I can switch to photos real quick. But for weddings, I keep it like this so I can have all my video, like audio specs up on the camera when I need it. Let's go into menu first. Depending on what I'm shooting, I shoot 60 frames, 28 or 24 in 24. I shoot 60 for vlogs and stuff, but for weddings I shoot 24 and 24 just to get that cinematic video feel. And always have your shutter speed double your frame rate. So I'm shooting 60 right now, so that means I'll have it at 125 because it doesn't have 120 exactly. 125 will do. And for my focusing mode, depending on what lens I'm using, so this is the 28-70 kit lens, so I use continuous autofocus. But if I'm using a manual focus lens, obviously I'll just shoot manual. Not too big of a deal, doesn't really matter, it's your own preference. Focus area I have centered just because, you know, most of the time I try to center my frame, but if not, I can always adjust it. So shoot mode, I don't use any of these anymore. I used to use aperture and shutter priority a lot, but now I just go full manual exposure because I learned how, I guess. My creative style is autumn leaves, -3 contrast, -3 sharpening, saturation at 0. For weddings I shoot this. I got this I got this creative style from Craig Adams over at Wedding Film School. Well,
as far as picture profile's off. I'm using a creative style called Autumn Leaves, and I have -3 contrast, saturation is 0, and then sharpness is down 3.
Not there anymore, but this is what he used instead of Cine Style. Even though he had the A7S II, he preferred this over S-Log, C-Log, all those special flat color profiles. And that's for weddings. For anything else, pretty much I use either neutral at -3 and -3.0 or standard at -3, -3.0. I have HDR on auto. White balance I usually keep on auto unless I'm doing weddings and I have to adjust it just to make sure it doesn't switch mid-video. But for vlogs and stuff I keep it on auto. Metering mode I keep centered. ISO on the wedding I realized it's usable up to about 6400 ISO with denoising, but then past 6400 the denoiser kind of loses. In post, the denoiser kind of doesn't do as much as it does. But up to 6400 you can get most of that noise out and the image looks really good. So yeah, I usually keep that anywhere I want, so 800 is just what I have on right now. Let's get more into settings. Aspect ratio 3:2, file format AVC HD. Picture effect is off just because it's gross. None of this. Smile face detect I have on in case a face comes in to frame that I need focused. Movie, obviously manual exposure. Steady shot is on always. Zebra I have off, but you can use it if you want it. Not something I use. I have APS-C size capture mode on auto because it'll never change if you have a full frame lens on, but I did put a APS-C lens on once and it auto-corrected. So I think just the smarter thing is just to keep it on auto so you don't forget and waste time if you do use APS-C lenses. So that is pretty much my settings for my Sony A7. Great little camera for filmmaking. If you want to see more videos about it, just let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to make more videos. They seem to be the most popular on my channel right now, so I'm happy to make more if you guys want them. If you like this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and see you next time. See you tomorrow.
At a Clippers game on the court side. Watch a nigga shoot like a 4-5. They mad at me too, I got more fire. Why these bitches see you go?